checking us out. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You can also check us out on our Instagram is liqueur.us.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, this is Liqueur Life.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. It's a bit rainy and kind of icky outside, so we're kind of on the couch, huddled up. We have a little bit of snacks today and our water since we're trying to go 30 days without alcohol.
Yeah.
No one's killing each other. I actually feel pretty good. I feel level-headed, but it does make me kind of have a sweet tooth. So.
Yes, and we have to control that as well, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of sugar sometimes. So Lisa made us some lemon bars.
Yes, I did.
Her famous lemon
Well,
bars.
it's not my recipe, but they are very, very yummy. So you have to tell me what you think.
No, real good.
I had to hide them from my husband, to bring them.
You don't have to hide them from me.
Yeah, they're really, really good. They're actually the Barefoot Contessa's recipe, so I can't take credit for the recipe. But I did follow the directions, like even squeezing the lemon juice, and zesting the lemons. So it's all legit. And you have to soften the butter, talk nice to it, and then chill it, and the dough, and I did all that. So I'll post that on our Instagram later.
You know what? They taste like they were made with love.
They were made with love.
Very good. I'm going to eat all of those.
Yes, you should.
Thank you.
So speaking of something sweet, we're going to review one thing we've been watching on Netflix. So I think I watched everything, and then you start watching the stuff that's foreign or has the weird English, where they dub it over.
Yeah.
So
I'm here for that too.
So then you told me I should watch 365.
Okay, let me just. I have to preface all this.
Okay.
So yes.
And spoilers. This has spoilers in it.
Yes.
So don't watch it if you haven't seen it.
If you haven't
pause
seen it,
this. Go watch it
and come back.
Go take care of business and then come back. Yes. So.
So just to preface, I read a lot. I read a lot of romance novels. I read a lot of paranormal romance novels. I read a lot of everything. So that's the type of reader and person that is reviewing this. Okay, I'm that girl.
Why is that important?
Because people have to know what you're into, because they're not going to be into what you're into, and they may find it cheesy. But I'm the queen of cheese over here. So
I don't think so.
Whatever.
That movie wasn't okay, so you told me to watch it, and the story is, of course, so first of all, the actor and actress is very beautiful.
The story. Okay, so it's called 365 Days, I believe, and it's on Netflix. It takes place in Poland and Italy. The actors are all foreign, but they're speaking in English. And even the music is in English.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that did make it a little bit easier.
It's also it is a fantasy, okay?
Pure
fantasy. It's a fantasy with a little bit of yes, it has the helpless kind of woman,
Ansel.
But she's very strong-willed and trying to resist him, and has this very macho character in it.
Think of Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, yeah, it's a modern day beauty. A modern R-rated Beauty and the Beast.
Is it R?
I think is it NC-17?
Yeah,
it should be.
It was definitely rated as mature.
Yeah.
But when I watch things, I sometimes don't look at the ratings. So when I saw it on my Netflix thing, and it was, it just looked like a romance, and I read the preface. So basically, the preface is that the gentleman, the character, the main character, the lead, he kidnaps her and gives her 365 days to fall in love with her. Crazy. I know, it's crazy.
And of course, he's obviously very good looking, very rich. So yes, very stereotypical things that us women fantasize about. So you have to kind of get into that. I started watching it, and I had to pause. I'm I don't know about this. I'm very I had to like stop and then go back and watch it. So
yes, because obviously your feminine hackles come up and you're like, what? He's gonna kidnap her. Like, I'm not into sex trafficking, sir.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so she goes away on holiday with her then boyfriend, who's kind of like not really giving her the love and
he reminded me of some of my ex-boyfriends.
Yeah, I can see that.
He did.
Yeah,
so
I can't name
really, yeah, but we're not going to.
Anyway, so she's with a gentleman, a boyfriend that's not giving her all of the attention and the love and all of that she deserves.
And she actually, so they're also prefacing it like she has a very high sex drive.
Yes.
Okay. So does he.
Yes.
So I think they were both kind of into that. What would you call it?
They're well matched sexually,
yeah.
Obviously, but her and her boyfriend, it didn't appear that they were that well matched. So moving forward, she goes away on this trip to Italy, and he's there because he is like the Italian Don Juan. Okay, he's like a drug dealer of some sort, which
mafia.
Okay,
boss.
Mafia boss. And I mean that's hot in its own. But like not in real life, obviously I'm not into mafia bosses, but in fantasy world, yeah, that was hot. So he's a mafia boss and he has all the pool he can get in Italy apparently to where he can kidnap her.
Yes, and they all act like, oh, this is normal, like sure, whatever the boss wants.
Yeah.
And of course her clothes were really pretty in the movie. And
yes,
like,
she's beautiful, yes.
Her body was crazy. I don't know what she's doing to work out and eat right. Not probably eating lemon bars, but you know.
Whatever.
You know, there's no COVID in the movie.
There's no COVID.
So, yeah, so he takes her and he's saying, well, basically it's up to you if you want to do anything, and then if you don't, I'll let you go and eat.
Okay, so
there's no rape in the movie.
Yes.
No rape.
Even though it feels a little rapey, I'm gonna admit. Only because she wakes up in a strange room, strange bed, pretty much locked into this compound. And he's there and he's all like aggressive, but not in like an aggressive, like I'm gonna rape you aggressive, but in aggressive just like you do it for me and I wanna be with you. And so it feels like, obviously, if you've never met this man before, and he's into you that way and you're locked in his compound, yeah, that feels a little rapey. It does. Okay. So there's that. But you immediately get swept up in the fact that he tells her, I'm not going to touch you. I'm not going to do anything against your will. But you have 365 days to fall in love with me. And only because he was like obsessed with her. Like I think he saw her once somewhere and became like completely obsessed with her. Yeah.
And then so like she is like running game like, oh, I'm gonna resist you, but he's got game too. It was very like cat and mouse.
She was definitely like pushing his buttons at certain points. He takes her on a shopping spree, guys. There's like a couple of shopping montages in this movie.
Oh, she had this Balenciaga bag.
Oh my god!
I thought of you. I was like, oh, Brittany needs that bag.
I do. Italian lover. I do need that bag.
So that was really good. There was the shopping porn.
Yes.
And then of course they end up doing it. And the scenes are definitely...
They're very graphic. So I was not expecting this on Netflix.
I actually think that they're really doing it. I think the actors are really doing it. Yeah, it looks like they're really going for it.
See, Lisa's like, oh, this is definitely soft porn. And I'm like, on Netflix?
When they're having sex on the boat?
No,
you could see his testicles.
Yeah,
like in one of those. Like, they're very pink. Okay, you could see them. Okay,
really, Lisa? What were they?
Go back and watch.
Explain it to me.
Okay. So I think that there was some real stuff going on. Anyways, so if you are looking for something really kind of like trashy and fun, not trashy, but like just trashy. So
if you're into smutty romance novels, this is all you, girl. Go out and get
so the scenes were really good. They're both extremely attractive people. And then of course there's like shopping and there's like it's in Italy.
And beautiful scenery and I mean, there's a lot to be dissected as far as I guess the way that he handles her. There's something to be said about that. He can be a little aggressive, but you know, some people like that in their sex life. And I think at some point in the movie, they were obviously flirting with each other.
They're flirting. There's a little bit of like, there's definitely power play. So
Power
like,
plays,
you know,
yes.
Dominance and submissive,
Yes.
and who's having what role.
Right.
So a little teeny like baby like touch on S&M.
Yeah.
But not, I wouldn't really, it's not hardcore.
It
like
wasn't, no. And it didn't even tap into like the whole 50 Shades of Grey where they went with their story. So no, but it did have like little hints and undercurrents of that. Especially in that scene where he ties her to the bed and he makes her watch because she doesn't want to participate with him. So he's like, I'm going to make you watch what you're missing. Let me show you.
And she was mad because she knew like he'd beat her like at her game.
Yes.
So
she was like super turned on, and she was just like, okay. But then she comes back, bad bitch alert. She comes back and dresses up as the dominatrix that was with him in the same look and everything, and basically goes out to a club in public to make him jealous so that all the other guys see how beautiful she is. So I was like, go girl.
It's definitely, it's eye candy. You got to go with the fantasy. It's eye candy. It's it was just kind of fun and you know, so and I even started it inspired me a little bit. I'm learning Italian actually right now.
Shut up! Really?
Yes. Yeah. So I can say, lei vorrebbe mangiare che cosa?
Oh,
do you want to eat something? So
that can mean a lot of different things.
So I'm actually learning. I'm doing the penciler in the car.
Okay.
And I enjoy it. I find it relaxing. And it's also giving me hope that maybe one day I can go back to Italy when all this is over.
Meet your own Italian
No,
lover who will kidnap you.
I'm married. I'll bring my Italian for the trip husband. It was fun. So yeah.
Just give him phrases to say while y'all are in Italy.
No.
Tell him like, you have 365 days to fall in love with me.
I don't think so. I think he's gonna be like, you're nuts. That's what he's gonna say. You're nuts. The only thing he's gonna learn is gelato. Or limoncello. That's it. So,
yes.
We're silly. Yes, it is very, very adult. But also, like, I went to Pilates, and like everyone in the class had seen it. All the women had seen the movie.
Really?
But like no one like wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, because no one has mentioned, like, no one's given it. Normally people say, oh, have you seen this on Netflix?
Yeah.
Have you seen that on Netflix? No one mentioned anything about it. So when I just stopped to watch it, it was like clear ignorance.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, where's my popcorn? Sure.
But then, like, someone kind of like shyly mentioned, we were talking about, oh, what are you watching on Netflix? Like, because we watched everything. And I mentioned, I'm watching Queen of the South, and, and then someone's like, oh, I saw 365, and I was like, oh my gosh. And all the women were like, oh my gosh, that guy is so hot.
Oh my
That's
God.
all, like, they could say.
He's nice. He's very nice. I hope he gets many other roles. I actually looked up. It's based off a Polish novel by like the same name, and it's a series. So that got me interested. I was like, ooh.
Oh, you love to read.
I do.
I have to read the books now.
I know. So I'm gonna look and see if they have like an English translation, and maybe I can, I don't know, get the audiobook or listen to it or something, because I want to hear what happens. It kind of ends on a cliffhanger, guys. So maybe Netflix will make a 365 too.
Ooh, like full of revenge. Like John Wick meets like half naked Italian guy.
Oh God.
Okay. So anyways, that's
awesome.
us. Is there anything else you're watching right now?
I just finished The Curse on Netflix. It is more my speed. It's like a play on the King Arthur stories, but it starts off with the bad Lady of the Lake. So she kicks off. It's basically like they change the main lead to the Lady of the Lake first, and then it branches off into King Arthur. Okay. But it is so good because it's kind of got that Game of Thrones feel.
Okay.
It's very well done. The casting is very well done. The characters are strong. The visual is really good. It didn't seem cheesy or at all. It seemed like they spent a lot of money. So I really enjoyed The Curse. I finished that.
Well, we tend to gravitate towards, movies and books that have strong female characters
Yes.
in. This 365, the females seem to be maybe a little bit as more submissive, but she's a very strong character.
No, she's strong-willed. Yeah,
so.
She was giving him as good as he gave her.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed her because she was a spitfire.
And she had him wrapped around her finger.
Oh yeah, and she knew it. She was like, okay, obviously you kidnapped me, you're in love with me, so I'm gonna make you work for it, sir.
All right, so we'll have to figure out what to review next. This was our 2 cents on something we found as a guilty pleasure. So especially since we mentioned we're not drinking for 30 days,
Yeah.
we're trying to take a break, give our system a little break.
And we're stuck inside, not doing
We are
much.
definitely going to indulge in something else guilty. And I was like, I need to take a break from online shopping, which we will talk about next time.
Yeah.
So watching something like a little racy was definitely better for my pocketbook. All right.
Definitely.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Let us know what you think. We appreciate you subscribing and following us. If there's something you want to see or, give a shout out or comment, we really appreciate it. You can also find more on our Instagram at liqueur.us. And thanks for watching.